We are now looking at how to set up layers in AutoCAD. Layers allow us to identify objects on the drawing, okay? So if you have a building plan, for example, you want to separate the walls, the windows, and the doors. Layers enable you to turn off the different features on the drawing and also be able to lock them so that you cannot accidentally make a mistake. So the first thing you need to do to identify objects on the drawing, whether architectural, mechanical, or technical drawing, we need to set up our layers. And this is what we're doing now. So the layers that we'll be making in this video today is the construction layer, and the thickness would be the default setting in the AutoCAD. Then we'll be setting up the outline layer, and the thickness will be 0.3 millimeters. We're also going to be setting up our text layer. In this layer, we'll be writing text on the screen on the AutoCAD program. And we have the hidden detail line, and we're going to take the default. We also have the center line. I'll be using the default in today's tutorial. And the spline command, we'll be using the default setting in the AutoCAD software. We're also will be setting up another hidden detail line. So this one will be the dark one, okay? The finished product will be dark. So this thickness would be 0.3 millimeters, okay? So we have these layers to set up. This is what we'll be doing now, okay? All right. So in order to set up the layers, what you do, you open a new drawing, then you go to the layer properties manager by clicking this icon, and this dialog box will come up. Now, here you have a default layer named 0. What we're gonna do, we're gonna click this icon right here above this letter S, and here it says it creates a new layer, right? It this list displays the layer name. The name is selected so that you can enter a new layer name immediately. The new layer inherits the properties of the current selected layer in the layer list. So it's going to accept the color, the honor of state, and so on. So let me show you what I mean. Now, when you press this icon, see, it automatically labels a layer for you as layer 1. And if you press it again, you'll get layer 2, 3, 4, and so on, 5. All right? So what we'll do now, it is best to give your layer name based on what it is representing. So the first thing that we had was the construction layer. So we're going to leave the construction layer, and we're going to make the color remain as white for today's tutorial. We're going to change the line type would be continuous, and the line weight, here we have the default is what I was mentioning. We're going to let it see at the default. That's the selected um, line type that is set up with the AutoCAD software, right? So we'll not be troubling that for the construction layer, okay? All right, so the next one that we had was in the list, that one was outline. All right, so we need to click on it, layer 2, right? So it was outline. Outline, right? And we're gonna let the line type remain as continuous. We're gonna change it to Gonna change the line thickness to 0.3, okay? So here I was telling you about the 0.3. Here it is right here, okay? This will let the line be thicker when we when we draw on this layer in the outline layer, the object will be thicker, right? So it will be the same thing if you had a 3H pencil and you were darkening up with the 3H pencil using the T square set square. This will give you the thicker line, right? While the 4H pencil would be the construction layer, okay? All right, what was the next thing on the list again? So next one was the text and then hidden detail. Okay, all right. So the next one that we need is text. All right. And we're gonna let the line type be continuous. Here's the continuous. Press cancel. Right. And the next one was hidden detail. So we're gonna have a hidden detail. Hidden detail layer. And on this layer, our hidden detail would be on this layer, right? So we're gonna let everything, the continuous line type will be the same continuous line type, and the line weight will be the default, meaning built-in, preloaded, pre-selected line type, right? We have hidden detail 2. We need to put a 2 there so that we know which one it is. So this one is hidden detail 2. We're gonna put outline here, okay? All right, so here now, this line will have to be thicker, it have to be 0.3. Same, it will be the same thing like you're using a 3H pencil, 3H pencil or 2H pencil to darken the finished product. All right, the next layer was center line, all right? So I'm just setting up the layers in advance, all right, for any drawing that we'll be doing in the future. All right, so this is the center line layer. We're gonna let it stay same continuous line type, and the line weight will be the default. Okay, for the hidden detail layer, we need to change the line type, right? So here, the first thing you need to do is you need to load, right? So the one that is in the default setting is continuous, right? I mean, it's a straight line, right? Like a construction line or an outline is a straight continuous line. So in order to change the line type, you have to load the line type that you want and then you select it, okay? So let us click this button, says load. Right, so we're gonna go down this list and we're looking for hidden. So we're gonna select this one for today's lesson, okay? So we go hidden. So we load it. Now we have to select it, right? So here we're gonna select it now, so we just load it, right? So there it is on here. You can know the line type that you have selected because here it says hidden. So you have continuous, continuous, hidden, right? We're gonna do the same thing for this one, right? So I'm gonna change this line type. Now it's already loaded. This hidden detail line is already loaded, and we are using the same type of hidden detail line for a hidden detail outline. So all we need, don't need to go and load it again. Just come here and select it from the list and then press OK. Right? Good. Now, there's one more to be made, but I want to show you something. Now remember in the instruction here it says that the when you make a new layer, it's automatically gonna inherit the properties of the selected layer. So let me show you now. So the hidden detail outline layer is a current layer that is selected from amongst the different layers. So if I press new, can you guess what type of line type you would have there? It would be hidden. So let's see. So hidden detail line type was automatically inherited in the new layer. So what you'd have to do is go and change it, right? So likewise, if the color was red, it would it would inherit the color red, right? All right, so we're gonna change this layer to spline or curve. The spline would represent a curve, right? And here now, we'd have to change back this line type to continuous. Okay, see? And we would have the spline here would represent the dark one. But if you want one like we have two hidden detail lines, what I'm gonna change the color and show you. So I'm gonna let this color be red. So I'm gonna make another spline, right? So this one would represent like the construction spline. I'm gonna make another layer, right? And you see it inherited the color and the continuous line type of zero point 0.3 millimeters. Now this spline layer would represent the construction. So spline in or the curve in construction, right? So what I'd have to come here and do is change the line type to the default, which is a thinner line, and the default. So see, we'd have to change. This is continuous because it inherited the continuous line type, right? So that's okay. All right, so let us check and see if we had everything that we needed here. I think we had an extra spline, right? So we have our construction, we have our outline, we have our text, we have a hidden detail one, hidden detail two. So the hidden detail two would represent the dark hidden detail line, right? Then we have our center line and we have our spline. Our center line, now, if I want to space out the word center line, I would come here and double click here, put the cursor there and then press space. There's a space there. And we just click out and it would have been changed. All right. Now, in order to select the layer that you want, you can either select it here. So suppose I'm going to draw and I need my construction layer. I can click here, make sure the arrow is selected there. And this dialog box, the Layer Properties Manager, will not close if you press any other thing. The only way you're going to close by is pressing this X right here that says close, right? Now I'm gonna show you now how to change the layers. So you can come back to this layer properties manager dialog box and you can select the layer that you want to be current here by clicking on it until you see the check mark, right? So if I want to use my text command, I can come here and put the check mark there and press close. Or it's easier to come down here and select the drop down arrow and you select the one that you want. So the one that was current was the text. So if I come here and click construction, is the construction layer will be selected, and that is the layer that I will be drawing in. Okay? We have now come to the end of part one of how to draw and identify objects in AutoCAD, part one of two. So in the next video, we'll be continuing. Having set up our layers, we will be drawing using the different layers and therefore showing you how to identify objects in AutoCAD and also be able to turn off these layers so that they are not visible to the user. So thanks for watching and we hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching the video and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment and share.